My husband told me he's fed up and plans to file for divorce. We've been married for just a year and together for 4. He's angry, and I feel completely depleted and numb. Here's the backstory. My husband struggles with a type of OCD known as Relationship OCD, or retroactive jealousy. He fixates on my past relationships, particularly one person I haven't spoken to in over 8 years. He can get triggered at any moment. We could be watching TV, and if a character has the same name as my ex, he's suddenly upset. Just last weekend, we were at a concert celebrating our anniversary when someone walked on stage wearing a jersey from the sport my ex used to play. He wanted to leave immediately, and we ended up fighting. Our anniversary was ruined. Whenever he gets triggered, his warm, goofy demeanor shifts to ice cold. He shuts me out, and it's a sad, confusing, and isolating experience for both of us. Every fight we've had stems from his jealousy. Other than that, we've been happy, but each trigger chips away at my happiness. I find myself walking on eggshells, anxious about when the next trigger will hit. I thought things might improve after marriage, that he would see my commitment to him. I was wrong. Since that fight on our anniversary, everything feels different. I've hit a breaking point. We've been cordial, sleeping in the same bed, but without intimacy. Yesterday, he asked if I was ready to be loving again. I expressed my concerns and suggested he seek support and medication for his jealousy. I thanked him for giving me space, which really just meant he wasn't initiating sex. He got defensive and said, "Yeah, well, I was upset too." In that moment, it was clear he wasn't really listening. To be fair, I sometimes struggle to see things from his perspective. His aggressive tone and victim mindset make me defensive. He stormed out of the room, retreating to the guest room where he always goes when he's upset. He's been slamming doors ever since. The tension was so thick that I decided to move his things from our bedroom to the guest room, hoping we could both have space to process our feelings. While he was out golfing, a new hobby he picked up after neglecting it for 4 years, I moved his stuff. I wasn't trying to upset him. I just needed space to think. When he returned home, he was furious. He said he wasn't interested in being roommates, and that this wasn't a way to live. I reiterated that I needed space to process everything, but he snapped, "You've had enough space. Instead of moving my belongings, you could have figured out how to communicate." I reminded him that I'd tried to communicate yesterday, but he got upset. He replied, "Because I'm angry, this is ridiculous. I won't be married to someone who can't resolve simple issues. I won't have kids with that person. I'm filing for divorce." I told him I didn't want a divorce. I just needed space. He didn't seem to care about my feelings and repeated that he was filing for divorce. After that, he left the house. The strange part? I don't feel much. No anger, no sadness, just numbness. Maybe I'm over it, or maybe it's a coping mechanism to protect myself. I've never talked to friends or family about his jealousy because I love him and didn't want them to think poorly of him. But I think it's time to open up to my mother. I feel so alone. I'm unsure what to do next. I've never loved anyone as much as I love him. He's caring, makes me laugh, and supported me when I was laid off. But I'm not sure I can stay in this relationship anymore, especially with how he's been acting, refusing to take accountability and threatening divorce instead of giving me the space I need. I would appreciate any outside perspective on this. I'm too close to think clearly right now. Even if no one responds, it felt good to type this out. Update. I'm overwhelmed by the support this post has received. Thank you to everyone who responded and to the moderator for the book recommendation. As many of you guessed, his threat of divorce wasn't serious. For the first time in 4 years, I stood my ground and told my husband I wouldn't tolerate this treatment anymore. I made it clear that if he chooses not to seek help and continues to hurt me, I won't stay. He knows I mean it. I love him, but I love myself and my mental health more. Since that conversation, he's set up a plan. A daily morning reflection/meditation. Medication, fluoxetine, magnesium, omega-3. Workout. A weekly meet with a therapist and start ERP, first session scheduled for this weekend. Read 50 pages of self-help books. The Art of Letting Go by 10/1. The Happiness Trap by 10/1. Overcoming Retroactive Jealousy by 10/15. Brain Lock, Overcoming OCD by 10/30. I told him I support him, but he needs to do deep reflection and work on himself before we can rebuild our relationship. I plan to spend some time with my mother this week and work on an exit plan, just in case. Throughout this process, I found strength and growth within myself, and I'm proud of that. I can't express how it feels to go from feeling isolated and alone to having a supportive community. If you see someone in need, know that your comment can make a big difference.